And out of nowhere, we are in September. Absolutely outrageous behavior. Hi everyone, I'm Jolima from Scented Moments channel, where I help you to discover the amazing world of perfumery. So in this video, because we are fastly approaching to fall season, finally, I want to share with you my top fall fragrances, designer and niche. So I have here 6 designers and 6 niche fragrances ranked, and this was incredibly hard to rank this list. In general, ranking lists for me, it's a headache because I love all of these fragrances that I will talk about, and it's always hard really. But in this video, and usually I always rank my my fragrances in my seasonal lists, so this will not be an exception. I mean, I'm very happy that fall and winter are approaching. I really cannot bear the heat. I live in Portugal, Lisbon, and this year was incredibly hard, very hot. I mean, we had weeks that the temperature was over 40 degrees Celsius. So I mean, it's just no, not for me. And I'm from Portugal. I should be used to the heat, but no, I really cannot handle this amount of heat. And during those hotter days, I mean, I really don't see myself wearing, and I'm not really in the mood. I don't feel the vibe in wearing more heavy fragrances. I mean, I can here and there when I'm missing to wear more complex, more bold fragrance, but generally I tend to use more refreshing scents. So yes, I love fall and winter. It's my favorite. They are my favorite seasons for perfume wise. Spring also not bad because it's still cool outside. But yes, so I'm very eager to wear these amazing fragrances here. And before we dive into the list, do you hear something? Here we go. Yes, it is back, and I just hope that everything will be fine. Let's pray that I will not have any issues from now on. Well, that being said, and for those of you who missed the background music, I hope you enjoy it. Now, let's start with the designer fragrances first. So in the number 6 spot, it is a fragrance from the house of Prada, and this is a recent addition to my collection actually. And this is getting hard to find, at least here in Portugal. I see that this is very hard to find. I don't know if this will be discontinued or it is already discontinued. I don't know, but it's really getting hard to find. But I'm very happy to finally have a full bottle of Prada Luna Rossa Black. It's been ages since I talk about a Prada perfume, and this one, in my opinion, is right now the best from this line. I mean, they have the Ocean, Prada Luna Rossa Ocean, Eau de Toilette, and Eau de Parfum. This year they released Eau de Parfum, which is a generic, the most generic fragrance that you can smell. You know, like that aquatic blue but sweet at the same time fragrance. I mean, just stop and just keep doing this and stop doing what you're doing with these generic boring fragrances. This one, it's where it's at. This is where designer fragrances should focus on, but I understand that this might be too daring for the regular audience. But I absolutely love this. I had this on my wish list for ages and finally have a full bottle of this one. So this kind of resembles to Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef & Arpels, which is long discontinued, and it was a darling in the fragrance community like some years ago. I have a full bottle of the Eau de Toilette, and I can definitely see the resemblance because this has it's a leathery, rubbery scent, a bit powdery, and it has because the powders here, I don't know if this has iris, but definitely has a floral powdery aspect. Rubbery, dark, definitely, and a bit sweet, like tonka bean sweet. Amazing, this is an amazing perfume. If you are also familiarized with Bulgari's Black, this also has some resemblance to that, because there are definitely some people who are comparing this one. I mean, a lot of people compare this one with Bulgari Black, with Midnight in Paris, and definitely they share some resemblance in that regard because of this leathery rubberiness with a powdery, floral, powdery aspect, and this sweet tonka bean in the base. I mean, it's a fantastic perfume, perfect for fall time. Great performance, actually. This is another Parfum. If you have yet to try this one, please do. I don't know again what's going on with this perfume, because it's really getting hard to find here in Portugal, and even in online discounters I see more like 50 ml. This is a 100 ml, but I see more 50 ml available than 100 ml. I don't know what is going on. Maybe it's just a material issue, or if it's really, it will be discontinued. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if this fragrance, what is the status of this fragrance. But I hope they will not discontinue this one, because it's really fantastic and it's one of their best. Prada Luna Rossa Black in number 6 spot. And in number 6, just because I mean I recently added to my collection, although that should not really be a reason, because yeah, my number 1 and my number 2, they were also recently added. Well, it's just because it happened. It was number 6. Maybe tomorrow could be number 1. It is what it is. But today, this one is just number 6. But it's amazing though. Coming in the number 5 spot, this is from the house of Givenchy, and this one is Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privée. This is a mouthful. This fragrance, I absolutely love the coloration of this perfume. I love the bottle presentation overall. So this is basically the Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum with the iris, with the vanilla, with the balsams, added brandy cognac on top. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant perfume. I love this. The only downside of this fragrance, and that's why for me this is better for fall than winter, it's really the performance. I think this is a Parfum, or no, this is an Eau de Parfum, but the performance, it's worse actually than the Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum. I don't know why, but it is, at least on my skin. I don't know how it will be on your skin or other people, of course, but on my skin. But I'm not the only one actually complaining about the performance, because this fragrance actually does not last nor project as much as a Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum for some reason. But I love this perfume right here. The addition of this sweet boozy accord on top, it's just amazing. If you love, of course, your regular Dior Homme, which is a masterpiece, the original, if you like Valentino Uomo and Valentino Uomo Intense, or Dior Homme Intense, I mean, or even the Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum, I think you will definitely enjoy this one. Can be a bit redundant to have this one and the Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum. Can be a bit redundant, but for me it's still worth having, because I have both. I love both. And overall I really like this line. I mean, you really have the inspiration of the Dior Homme DNA, the Valentino Uomo DNA in here, but the balsamic and the vanilla nuances really give a nice twist to this type of fragrance. And the iris in here, it's not as makeup-y as in Dior Homme, nor even in Valentino Uomo. Valentino Uomo and Valentino Uomo Intense is a bit makeup-y, although not as much as Dior Homme. But this one here, it's definitely not makeup, it's more buttery, and the balsams and the vanilla really create a more mysterious, creamy, dark feel. Absolutely love this. It's Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privée with the addition of this cognac accord. Simply fantastic. Number 5 spot. Coming in number 4 spot, this is from the house of Cartier, and this one is L'Envol, and this is the Eau de Parfum concentration. Now this is the original bottle presentation of L'Envol, and I really do like this very unique bottle presentation. Although this glass here is very thin and it seems that it will break at any time, but well, I already have this for a year or so, and well, it's still intact, so happy for that. But they now changed the bottle presentation, and now this is the 100 ml, and now the 100 ml comes in a very thick glass. And this is, and you also have the Eau de Toilette concentration that came out after the Eau de Parfum, which is of course a lighter version of this Sentinel. This is one of the most unique designer fragrances because you have an amazing honey accord, and the honey here is to die for. It's really that syrupy, gooey, sweet, slightly sweet honey. I mean, so realistic, with iris, a bit of suede. It's to die for. And musk. This is amazing. This screams fall. A high quality fragrance, and I would say that this is underrated. This is a bit forgotten within the Cartier collection for some reason, because I find this very attractive, very sensual, and very unique. It's amazing. L'Envol Eau de Parfum by Cartier. I really advise you to check this one out if you have yet. Coming in the number 3 spot, this is from the house of Guerlain, and this one is Heritage, and this is the Eau de Toilette, which is my favorite concentration of Heritage. Heritage is just amazing. It's already a classic. Some say that this is the last great Guerlain fragrance. I would say that the last great Guerlain is the L'Instant de Guerlain, which was released in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. And after that, I mean, I like the L'Homme Ideal line. It's very unique comparing with the current mainstream designer fragrances, but it's not an Heritage and it's not a L'Instant. Heritage, I still have what people call the Listerine bottle. Nowadays they all come in the same bottle presentation of L'Homme Ideal, but I already tried it actually, and I didn't detect any difference, at least not noticeable to my nose. This one is patchouli and sandalwood done to perfection, and a bit of vanilla. It has definitely a bit of a creamy vanilla in here, but it's more about the patchouli, the sandalwood, and yes, a bit of vanilla, a bit of spices. It's really like this, the color, like the cap also suggests, really smells like that, like a woodsy, creamy, spicy fragrance. Absolutely love this one, and I prefer this one to the Eau de Parfum because the Eau de Parfum, the vanilla is definitely much more amped up, and it feels very linear. This one has definitely more complexity because of the aromatic spices. You feel the patchouli, you feel the sandalwood, you feel the vanilla. So you have a lot of layers. In the Eau de Parfum, it's like just patchouli, vanilla, you know, and it's something is missing. It's definitely something missing. Or I would even say, if I remember correctly, more than patchouli, it's more sandalwood, like sandalwood, a bit of patchouli and vanilla, but it's like a block, you know, and it seems that doesn't bloom. And here you definitely see the layers. It's amazing. This is a fantastic fragrance. Everyone should try this at least once. This screams fall, very gentlemanly, very elegant. Check this one out if you have yet to. This is Heritage, again, the Eau de Toilette concentration by Guerlain in the number 3 spot. Coming in the number 2 spot, this is from the house of Hermès, and this is also a recent addition to my collection. And this is another case of a fragrance that I had it forever on my wish list, but finally have it on my collection. This is it's Terre d'Hermès, but the pure Parfum. This is amazing. This is a masterpiece. This line in general is a masterpiece, aside the intense vetiver. Intense vetiver, I mean, for me it's a love-hate relationship. I don't it's the only one of the Terre Hermès line that I don't have in my collection, and I'm still debating should I add or not, because it's a big deviation of the Terre Hermès DNA. You don't have this bitter orange. It's not intense vetiver. I mean, the vetiver there, it's definitely not intense. It's spicy. It's like the original is, and this one not as much, but the original is definitely a bit spicy. So the intense vetiver, it's more peppery, and you have like bergamot, and then you have a bit of vetiver, but it's definitely not intense. This one is. This is perfect for fall, I would say. The original also, I think the original, it's signature scent, and this one definitely leans, it's better for fall and winter, especially fall though, because it's really an intense, more thick version of the Terre Hermès, the original. In Terre Hermès you have this bitter orange, which is very prominent in the opening, a bit spicy, and then you have the vetiver. Here the vetiver, it's very thick. In general, this fragrance is really thick, like the bottle implies. I mean, you also have the 200 ml bottle size of the perfume, but I just go with this one because it feels more of a parfum for some reason. But yes, this is definitely a thicker version of the original Terre Hermès. The bitter orange here is not as prominent, it's definitely more toned down, and then you have really a thick vetiver, spicy, dirty, and it's just fantastic. I absolutely love this fragrance. This is really what a parfum concentration should be of an original release. This should definitely be the standard, a standard parfum, like Giron Parfum also is, in my opinion, and that fragrance is also a masterpiece. So basically, in my opinion, this type of parfum flanker, it's what should be the standard. Really a more intensified version of the original. This is a masterpiece through and through. Amazing fragrance right here, very gentlemanly again, very classy, very sophisticated, long lasting. The projection is not as good, but the longevity is actually really good on my skin. Terre Hermès, the parfum concentration, number 2 spot. Amazing scent right here. Now coming in number 1 spot, I'm sorry guys, but I'm cheating here. I will cheat here because I will mention 2 fragrances, and these are 2 from different perfume brands. I'm sorry, but I really needed to mention these 2 fragrances. I love these 2 fragrances. I love the note that these 2 fragrances represent, which is leather. And this year I will definitely pull off my leather fragrances, and I will definitely be curious to try more leather fragrances that I haven't tried yet. But yes, but these are 2 very different types of leathers. And without further ado, the first one is from the house of Tom Ford, and this one is a recent acquisition of mine, but I had forever on my wish list. It is none other than Tom Ford's Ombre leather from the signature line, although it was initially part of the private blend and originally released in 2016 as Ombre Leather 16. Then on 2018 it was rebranded as Ombre Leather, and now it's part of the signature line with this beautiful bottle presentation. And the other one is the masterpiece, the timeless Cuir de Russie by Chanel in the Eau de Parfum concentration. These 2 fragrances are 2 of the very best leather perfumes in the market, and very different from each other. And it's only natural because these two are from very different timelines. Cuir Russie, originally released in the 20s. I mean, Ombre leather, released originally in 2016. So this is an old school classic Russian leather, or just a leather fragrance, and this one is a nouveau leather. This is leather before Tuscan leather, and this is a leather after Tuscan leather, also created by Tom Ford. Actually, Tom Ford really, back in 2007, he really revolutionized the fragrance industry with his private blend with the original, I think it was 7, Tobacco Vanille, Tuscan leather, Oud Wood, Noir de Noir, you name it. He really changed the game with that private blend that was released in 2007, because since then you had so many fragrance brands inspired by that type of scent. For example, leathers. This type of leather is Tom Ford. It's a leather typical from Tom Ford, often replicated, but never even duplicate. I think that's the saying. But yes, this type of leather, it was created by Tom Ford, and this one is basically Tuscan leather, but a bit more complex than Tuscan leather. Actually has more layers than Tuscan leather, and it's a bit soft. Like the leather, it's a bit soft, but it's still powerful. So this is an industrial leather, a dark industrial leather with balsamic nuances. Then you have a bit of jasmine in here. You have also saffron, and you also have, for me at least, an accord of a red berry, which is actually not featured as an official accord, but I really get that, and I think that part is reminiscent of Tuscan leather, because Tuscan leather have the raspberry and the leather, and here I can see a bit of a red berry accord with the jasmine, with the saffron, and with this balsamic industrial dark leather. This is a fantastic perfume. This is the perfect modern day leather, and this one is the timeless old money leather. This is aldehydes, of course. You also have birch tar, and you also have this slightly animalic leathery aspect. This is dry, this is floral. You have also jasmine in here, rose, ylang ylang, and actually I can really smell ylang ylang in here. Usually ylang ylang is not my favorite note, but here really works to perfection. And you also have a touch of rose. You have citruses on top. It's a dry, a bit citrusy, bit animalic, floral, leathery scent. Amazing. This is a masterpiece, probably currently my favorite leather scent. But I love these two. Very different leathers, from very different periods, but I really advise you to try these two. Please do so. Currently you don't really need Tuscan leather. Tuscan leather currently, it's not as strong as it once was, and quite honestly this one really do the job to perfection. Plus it's cheaper than the private blend of Tuscan leather, in the private blend, although it's already expensive, but still cheaper than a private blend. So, and of course you really need to try, you need to put your nose on Cuir Russie. Always. I mean, it's that type of scent that you just need to try once in your life. Two amazing leather fragrances in my number one designer list for the fall of 2023. And now let's go to the niche side of things. And this was very hard to rank, these 6 niche fragrances that I have here. It was really hard. I mean, any of these could be easily number one. But well, now let's start with the number 6 spot, and in the number 6 we have a fragrance from Les Indemodables, and it pains my heart to include a Les Indemodables fragrance in number 6, but again, tomorrow this could be number 1 easily. I absolutely love this brand. I love this perfume. This one is Musc de Sables. Beautiful scent. Musk, of course, like the name suggests, but you also have cinnamon, benzoin, patchouli, a bit of iris. You also have ambergris, and although iris and ambergris are not the most prominent notes, but you definitely see a bit of a butteriness, a powdery butteriness, and of course the musk, the benzoin, which gives like a resinous vanillic nuance, cinnamon. This fragrance for me, it's a more complex Musc Ravageur by Frédéric Malle, which I have and absolutely love. But basically I think this is a bit inspired by Musc Ravageur, but still different because it has much more layers. It's a bit more transparent, and it's just fantastic, and it has a natural smelling feel. The blend is perfect, very well rounded. I love this one. This is perfect for date nights. This is very sensual, and I really advise you to just check this one if you like musk and if you like a complex fragrance, a fragrance with layers. This one is the one for you. Musc de Sables by Les Indemodables. In general, check this house out. It's really one of the best new niche fragrances, fragrance houses out there. The next fragrance coming in the number 5 spot, it's from also one of my favorite niche, but I would say indie, this time indie brands, Papillon Artisan Perfumes, and this one is Tobacco Rose. What a fantastic rose scent. Although the name is Tobacco Rose, but the tobacco here, it's non-existent, to my nose at least. This for me, it's all about the rose. It's rose with beeswax, hay, ambergris, just amazing scent. And you really feel the hay that it's used in Cherki by Serge Lutens, minus the tobacco. I really do not detect the tobacco in here. For me, this is all about a rose in its full facets. You have the opening, a very full-on, thick red rose, realistic, natural smelling red rose. And as it starts to develop, it turns more delicate and more fresh because of the geranium. The geranium then gives a more fresh green aspect to the rose. And then you start to get the more sweet, honeyed feel with hay. Amazing fragrance, very unique in my opinion. Very well done. One of the best rose fragrances in the market. I think this is a rose that it's perfect for fall. Very romantic scent. And if you love fragrance, if you love rose fragrances, please check this one out if you have yet to. But if you're searching for a tobacco scent, you will not find it here, unfortunately. I think the naming is a bit misleading. It should be more about rose, I mean rose something, than tobacco rose, because personally I do not detect tobacco, but nonetheless this is one of the best rose fragrances out there. Papillon Artisan Perfumes in the number 5 spot, Tobacco Rose. Coming in the number 4 spot, this is from the house of Xerjoff, one of the most underrated and original fragrances. This is from the Join the Club collection, and this one is Don. And this is a 100 ml bottle. That's how much I love this one. Don, it's so unique because you have gunpowder accord right in the opening, very dark and balsamic, dry, and then you have a bit of honey and tobacco leaves. Wow, amazing. It is said that this also has whiskey. I really do not detect like this boozy accord, because usually whiskey gives an ambery sweetness, and I don't see that in here. This for me, it's not that sweet at all. It's definitely more dry, with this gunpowder, which is hard. It's really hard to explain how it smells, but when you smell it, you smell it. You know what I mean? And then you have it's very balsamic, very dark balsamic scent with tobacco and a bit of honey. Amazing, amazing perfume. Please check this one out. This screams fall. It's very masculine, very rugged. It's a rough, raw perfume, but it's perfect for fall. Absolutely love this one. Very underrated, but very unique, from the house of Xerjoff Don from the Join the Club collection. Coming in the number 3 spot, this also could easily be number 1 because it's from my all-time favorite perfume brand, Profumum Roma, and this one is Arso. Arso is one of the best woody fragrances, if not the best woody fragrance out there, because this is all about sandalwood, cedarwood, and pine needles. So this is very piney, just that screams fall. And then you have these sweet resins like benzoin and myrrh. Amazing scent. And you have a touch of incense in here, a very mild touch of incense in here as well. Amazing fragrance. I absolutely love this one. It's really one of the best, if not the best, woody fragrance in the market. And if you're searching for that type of scent, check this one out. It's amazing. For me, it's very masculine, but it's unisex because of it has this sweet resins that really balances with the rough, dry, woody accords. Absolutely love this one. Arso by Profumum Roma in the number 3 spot. And performance here, it's really not an issue. Like in all Profumum Roma fragrances, this one lasts and projects a lot. Amazing scent. Number 3 spot, Arso by Profumum Roma. Coming in the number 2 spot, this is from the house of Amouage. I absolutely love this one. Technically, this is marketed towards women, but honestly, this is unisex. And actually, I am not a fan at all of the masculine counterpart of this fragrance. This one is Amouage Material. Created by Cécile Zoroquian, one of my favorite perfumeurs currently. Material is so delicious. This is vanilla heaven with resins and frankincense. Oh. This fragrance is take Nishanes Ani vanilla. The vanilla used in Nishanes Ani, and Nishanes Ani was created also by Cécile Zoroquian. So take off the vanilla in the Nishanes Ani, take the labdanum ambery aspect of Grand Soir by Maison Francis Courtin, and add the frankincense of Amouage fragrances, and you have Material. For me, it's what this fragrance is all about. It's a blend of these 3 accords used in these perfumes, and you have Material. Man, absolutely amazing. This is romantic. This is perfect for date nights. This is very sexy, very sensual, very yummy, I would say. I absolutely love this one. Amouage Material is really one of their best releases in these last couple of years. And I'm not a fan of Boundless because this was released as a feminine counterpart of Amouage Boundless, which was intended to be like their masculine counterpart. And for me, it's like a designer fragrance. It smells like a designer fragrance, and a poor designer fragrance. That it has nothing to do with Amouage. Amouage is one of my all-time favorite perfume brands, still is to this day. And that fragrance has nothing to do with Amouage aesthetic. Absolutely nothing. This one, on the other hand, does. Because it's sweet, yes, but it has still the heavy resins, the heavy frankincense that is typical in Amouage fragrances. Yes, this can be it is a bit more, let's say, mainstream, more appealing, but it still fits in the Amouage aesthetic. Boundless, not at all. Absolutely love this one though. Amouage Material in number 2 spot. And coming in the number 1 spot, amazing. This is one of my favorite brand discoveries of the year. It's not only this fragrance specifically, but the brand overall. It's one of my favorite brand discoveries of this year. I discovered this brand at Essence, and wow, I was very fortunate to discover this brand because I heard great things about this brand, and yes, I completely agree. This brand is brilliant. Fusciuni, amazing brand, very unique, avant-garde fragrance brand, and this fragrance specifically, it's perfect for fall. None other than Little Song. Amazing. This is a 100 ml bottle size, a Parfum concentration, so this is the performance here will not be an issue. Little Song, wow, this is out of this world. Coffee, but it's not coffee beans. For me, this is more coffee powder, but so realistic, so well done, and it's intense. It's an intense smell of coffee, which I absolutely love. And then you have rose, a natural smelling rose, like a jammy rose. Then you have tonka beans. I get a bit of cacao in here. I don't recall if cacao is a really an official note, but then you have tobacco absolute, and you really detect the tobacco. Oh, you also, maybe the cacao here, it's probably the patchouli, because this really has like an earthiness, an earthy quality into it. This is a very complex perfume. You have a bit of citruses on top that quickly fade away, and you have then this most delicious coffee with rose, this jammy rose with tobacco. Labdanum, like sweet labdanum. Oh, this fragrance, it's so good. It is so good, so addicting, edible. I would say. Little Song. It's perfect for date night, perfect for special occasions. You will shine with this perfume. And again, performance is not an issue. A very unique scent, very well done. I mean, this was love at first scent for me, but overall, I highly advise you to check this fragrance brand out, Fusciuni, guys. And this was my number one fall niche fragrance for 2023. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below what is your top 10, top 5, top 3, or your favorite fall fragrance for 2023. If you like this video, hit the like button because it will really help this channel grow even more. And see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for your ongoing support.